Welcome to my channel. I have been asked a lot to do this video for a very long time from acquaintances, coworkers, friends, strangers. I'll get into the strangers part. Don't look at me all stinky. I'll get into the stranger part. So my name is Keiku, and I'm doing this documentary because I am a fiance of someone that is serving in the military. So again, it's after 5 a.m. and I decided I'm up. Why not do this video? So I do apologize, a lot of you, if you are watching this, that you do know me personally. You know that usually my makeup's done, my hair is done, but I wanted this to be raw, and I wanted this to be natural, and I wanted this to be as open and honest as possible. So first, I would like to thank you for watching this video. Secondly, if you are serving in the military, or you are a spouse or a girlfriend, boyfriend, mother, father, sibling, so on and so forth, of someone who is, first of all, thank you, because your service to them is just as important as their service to this country. So I thank you so much. So I decided to do this video slash documentary, however you would like to call it, for the simple fact that being with someone in the military is not easy. Now, first of all, there are several different ranks. There are several different ways that you can be affiliated and or enlisted with the military. You have you can enlist for 2 years, 4 years, 6 years, so on and so forth. And of course, there's an extra 2 to 4 years added on depending on what you enlisted for, depending on if they needed you. If you are someone like, I consider him my husband. I don't need papers to be committed. Financially, we do everything together as much as possible. We worry about finances. We go through everything through life together that a relationship to people that have built a life together, whether there's distance or not, can go through. That, you know, basically is what it's a spousal support. So basically with him is, he is opposite. He enlisted twice, he got out, and then he decided to sign a contract with the government that obviously is affiliated with the military. A lot of times, I mean, I know people who were in Afghanistan, who were in Fallujah, who were in Iran, Iraq. They had the contract. The contract was, you're there until the mission's complete. So you could be there for 4 years, you could be there for 5 years, you could be there for 8 years. Of course, the money, you know, is substantial, obviously, because there's no guarantee you're going to make it home. And even if you do make it home, there's no guarantee that your relationship is going to withstand it. There's no guarantee that your mother is going to be alive when you get back home, or your dad or your sibling. There's no guarantee. So I'm doing this documentary because it has not been easy for me. I find that I get more support from acquaintances, some friends, but more of acquaintances seem to understand. Maybe it's because they, on a personal level, know someone in the military, or knew someone in the military, or had a previous relationship, or, you know, so on and so forth. So, to make a long story short, I chose, before he went back, I chose to not have him meet my family. I did not want the embarrassment, because I'm now in my 30s. I did not want the embarrassment of a failed relationship yet again. A little bit background of myself, and maybe you'll understand it a little more. I, just like a lot of people, no matter what country you're from, no matter what race, religion, that doesn't matter. A lot of people come from a broken home, and when there's a broken home, there's a lot of unstable emotional and mental support. So, your idea of love is physical, it's some form of attachment. It's not praising you, it's not seeing you through the hard times, it's not being there for you to have a shoulder to cry on. It's a physical attachment because that's just how that's just the human nature, I guess you could say. So every relationship I've ever had has been a poor choice because I never knew who I was internally, I guess you could say. I never knew what my strengths were. I didn't know what I wanted out of life because I never really had that structure, if that makes any sense. I came from a broken home. There was love a lot of times, but I think when a child reaches a certain maturity, sometimes that assurance no longer, I think mentally, no longer is where it should be. It's almost like the kid closes the door and says, you know, fuck you, this is what I needed when I was 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, so on and so forth. So, long story short, I was like a lot of people who came from a broken home. I looked for love and assurance and that attachment of acceptance the wrong way. And what I did not want was to bring another boyfriend at that time to the house and the relationship not work. And then it's like, well, this is no longer cute, you know? I'm in my 30s. This is no longer acceptable to bounce in and out from relationship on and on. So that's why my family never met him. That's why I never wanted them to meet him. So eventually, obviously, I'm going to fast forward. We have made this relationship work. There have been, you know, of course, like any relationship with someone in the military, you do have ups and downs. And luckily for us, we understand and we understood and we still do understand each other of what we want, what we don't want, how we deal with stress. And we really got to know each other. And that's probably the best part of someone in the military is if you decide to be with them, it forces you to have communication. In which a lot of times when you have relationships and you know, you could drive to their house or whatever, communication is not great because two people don't know how to communicate. So the main reason why I'm doing this documentary after all this time is because I decided that there's a lot of people in my shoes. There's a lot of women, there's a lot of men in my shoes. They don't have support from their family, they don't have support from their friends, they have more support from acquaintances, strangers. Again, I will get to the stranger part, so hold on. They have more support from the people that are the least closest to them. Now, when I say strangers, so my fiance's name is Brad. His birthday is May 30th. Every May, I do what's called 30 Days of Brad. So what I do is every single day, I will pick a topic, and it's just a way to make him feel special. And I have been known, and for those of you who are watching this who knows me on a personal level, I have been known to randomly film you saying something positive to him. Why? Well, because you have a lot of people in the military that don't have support. You have their wives, their girlfriends, their spouses, or, you know, for the women out there, you have their boyfriends, their fiancés, their, you know, spouses as well. Even their family, their siblings, their parents. don't know how to give support, don't know how to say, I love you, thank you for all you do, or I know you're going through a really hard time. I really wish I could be there by your side, but just stay strong. They don't have that. They really don't. You have a lot of them that are very insecure. And so I try to take videos and pictures at least every day. Even if I only take one video for him, telling him that I love him and I'm thanking him for all his hard work, then at least I know he knows that every day him being out there and knowing that I'm his rock and knowing that he has something to come home to. I don't ever want him to be out there and not know, okay, I haven't heard from her in one day, and now it's 2 days, now it's 3 days, now it's a week. What is she doing? I don't want him to be insecure. I have been asked a lot of questions over the years. How do I stay faithful? Have I ever cheated? How do I not cheat? Is it easy? Sexually, how do I get through it? Well, first of all, I'm going to quickly answer those questions. First of all, a person who cheats is a person who is not emotionally stable, and that is the truth. A person who cheats is someone who does not know what they want out of life, and they are petrified of what they have, and they're scared of commitment. I don't have that issue. Okay? A person who cheats is also someone who doesn't know how to have self-fortitude. I know what I want. I'm not going to settle for less. I'm not going to give up someone who is fighting for their life for all of us so you're able to watch his video. I'm not going to give up something special for something ordinary. It's just not going to happen. That's just plain and simple. I have dated men with money. I have dated men, all walks of life. Black, white, Hispanic, Muslim. I have dated men left and right, and they're all the same. Brad is not. He's very different. A lot of people ask me, well, with distance, how is he different? Well, you have that communication that you have to have. When you have communication, you are tested mentally and emotionally on every single level known to man. I never knew how strong I was until I decided to build a life with him. And I was tested in every way possible. And as you know, if you are someone in the military or someone, sorry, my hair. If you are someone in the military or someone that is affiliated with the military or you have family in the military, then you know what I mean. Physically, financially, I'm doing everything on my own. And it's not easy. And sometimes when you're contracted, sometimes you can send money. It's not hard cash. Sometimes you can. Sometimes the wives are only with these men. Sorry, I know I look kind of messed up. Whatever. Here comes some of my initial blonde. The hair is another video, trust me. A lot of times the women are only in it for the money. They're only in it for the paycheck. They're not in it because they really sincerely love the man that they had built a life with before he left. And they knew what they were getting themselves into, but I don't think they thought far ahead of the sacrifices that will have to be made. What I go through in my head is I know he misses me as much as I miss him. I know sexually he's not getting any, and neither am I, obviously. I know that physically, mentally, sometimes maybe even emotionally, he's going without because he's there and I'm here. I do my very best to ensure him and to give him all the attention and the affection and the love that I could possibly give. I have never cheated. I have never wanted to cheat. And I find it really funny because I have had ex-boyfriends or even, men that I just met on the street trying to take me out, wine and dine me, or exes realize that they had something really great and they fucked up and now they want me back. And it's just like, I figured out who I was without you and I'm stronger without you. So I don't want you. I don't want ordinary. I want extraordinary because that's what I deserve. And that's what Brad deserves, is a woman who's strong, not a woman who's weak. There's a lot of people that will criticize me, a lot of people who will ridicule me, a lot of people who will judge me, a lot of people who are negative. I get women who will compare, their husbands being away on a week trip for work compared to me not seeing I call him, again, my husband for a very long time. That's not the same fucking thing. I will have, if I don't hear from Brad for days, I don't know if he's blown up. I don't know if I'm at blues coming to the house. I don't know if he's missing both legs and both arms and it's just his head and his torso. I don't know. So if I don't hear from him for days, I get very, I have anxiety very bad, but I try to remain positive. I will have people, friends, acquaintances, coworkers, blah, 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 that will compare, them and their spouse or whatever arguing, and so they're not talking for 2 or 3 days, comparing that to this. Like, are you serious? So when I say that there's really no support, I mean there's really no support at all. So I guess part of this documentary is, there's a lot of people in my position that have no support, and that's why I think a lot of these relationships fail, because they don't know how to get that inner strength. The best thing I could say to you is, if you're with someone in the military, you knew what you were getting yourself into before they left, before they went to Afghanistan or Iran, Iraq, wherever they currently are right now. So you really need to dig deep and figure out why you were with them in the first place. Know that, you are the reason why they are still alive. They're fighting not only to stay alive for themselves, but they're fighting because they have you to look forward to. They have built a life with you. You are their world. You are their diamond. You are their entire universe and times 20. You will have family, whether they have met them or not, that will criticize you, that will judge you, that will ridicule you. You will have friends and coworkers, acquaintances, strangers, that some will support you and some won't. Some will compare, their issues with yours and will kind of play mind games with you. Don't let it affect you. So if you have any questions for me, if you have a topic that you want me to talk about, I will be doing this weekly. I might be doing a little more. I will be doing this weekly, and I will be introducing myself a little more as we go along. So if you have any questions or anything, any curiosities, let me know. Hit the like button, subscribe, post your comment, and I will get back to you. Thank you so much. Have a great day.